Warning, does this podcast contain spoilers? It's a riddle. You gotta figure it out. I'm really good at riddles, guys. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Gotham, Season 3, Episode 15, How the Riddler Got His Name. I'm your host, Dom. With me, we have Nikki and John. How's it going? So, for basically the Riddler's origin story episode, I guess you could kind of call it. I mean, the last 3 seasons and 14 episodes have kind of been the Riddler's origin story, but
this is the turning point episode, not his origin.
I mean, it's still kind of his origin. This is the first time he's used the name the Riddler, so.
And he put the hat on.
Yeah, that's true.
Wrong color hat, but.
Well,
I want to say still like a turning point for him, because even from the very get-go, since we met Nigma, we knew he was the Riddler. So for the viewers, we've known his origin. We've grown with him as it is. So yeah, I don't know. So for him, that's where it began.
Do you guys think this episode did him justice?
I mean, I've only seen like Jim Carrey Riddler. So
you haven't even seen the animated Riddler?
No.
You never watched the animated series?
No.
He was fun.
Okay. We need to fix that somehow. Is it on Netflix?
It was at one point, and now it's not.
Oh.
Alright.
We'll
have to find a way to fix that. But yeah.
I'll write an angry letter.
Yeah. Have to hunt Amazon down for some DVD copies of the entire animated series, whatever. But yeah, the episode starts off with Nigma breaking into Professor Dyson's lab, gives him 3 riddles, and boom, explosion. Kills him when he couldn't answer. We did find out that this was the 5th person that he killed. He had previously killed an artist, a writer, a writer, a philosopher, and a curator. So it's basically all of the most creative and top thinkers of Gotham. And nobody could get his riddles. So he killed them all.
Seems reasonable, I suppose.
I mean, yeah. That's what I do to people that can't get my riddles.
They just don't understand me.
Could you imagine, like getting a dime every time someone didn't laugh at one of your puns?
Ooh. That'd be fantastic. I'd be rich.
Even just a dime, you'd be set for life.
I'd be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Every time someone didn't laugh at one of my puns. So is that multiplicative of every person in the world that doesn't laugh at my pun at the same time? Like,
well, they have to hear it.
Obviously. Okay. Obviously. But we also find out Enigma's kind of using these weird, like, hallucinogenic pills.
What the hell was that?
To see the Penguin.
Drugs.
They look like Tic Tacs.
They did. He kind of ate them like Tic Tacs too.
Kind of did. And we got some really weird song and dance sequence from from Penguin during the thing, and I'm sitting there with this big grin on my face going, this is fantastic. I don't know about you guys, but I loved every last second of that.
I thought it was funny.
So are we to expect a Gotham musical episode sometime in the future?
I sure hope not, because
at this point,
I absolutely cannot stand random musical episodes when they're just thrown into like a show that, like, we recently had this on The Flash, right? And we had a crossover with Supergirl. Yes, it's DC comic shows, but it's not the same universe that we know of, at least right now. But I'm willing to accept that they are in the same universe because of the multiverse. So I'd say they're in the same multiverse, not the same universe. That's probably a better thing. But like, even though there was an explanation for why the episodes were musicals, it still felt very out of place to me, and I didn't really enjoy it. But this worked really well for what it was, and I think if we had an entire episode of it, I don't think I would have felt the same way. But because it was an isolated incident and it was like a one-time thing, I think it worked great. It didn't feel out of place to me at all. It actually made me laugh, and to find out that Robin, is it Lord Taylor or Taylor Lord?
The first one.
Lord
Taylor. He actually has a pretty good voice, if that was actually him singing, which I think it was.
It sounded like it.
Yeah. So he did a really good job. I enjoyed it.
I mean, that whole sequence was just because he took the pills and just to prove that he's losing his mind further. So, I mean, Penguin at this point is kind of like his conscience / figment of imagination. That's I don't even know. It's hard to explain because he does both like encourage him and discourage him at the same time.
Yeah, well, it's his psyche, right?
Yeah, and the other times it's just been him, like that he's seen, like his dark side, the Riddler side, I guess. But now it's just the Penguin who's like actually, weirdly enough, more his doubt coming out than like his darkness, I guess. So
yeah,
that was interesting.
Because we had that whole explanation with Penguin was like, look, I'm actually your mind, and I know everything that you don't want me to know, and so
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, so it was very interesting, and like even the things you don't want me to know, and like because of that, he's able to get away with saying and doing things that you couldn't do, with that dynamic as the Riddler talking to himself in the mirror, and the same dynamic that you couldn't get if it was actually the Penguin that he was talking to. So I think it worked out great. I really like that, and I love the moment where he's like, don't say Gordon, and then Riddler goes, Gordon, who are we gonna test the Riddlers on? Don't say Gordon. Don't say Gordon.
Don't do it.
Gordon.
And thank God he was on vacation.
Yeah, because Gordon wouldn't have gotten any of those, and
he would have.
Harvey would have ended up dead.
Gordon is actually the only one who has solved his other puzzles. Like, remember the train station bomb and running to the phones?
I guess so.
Like, he was on the ball with those. So Gordon definitely would have gotten them.
Puzzles, but not like verbal riddles.
Maybe, but I still think he would have nailed them. Maybe not all of them, but I think he would have gotten as much, at least, as Lucius. You could have swapped Lucius out for Gordon this episode, and it still would have been completely fine.
I think Gordon would have got the one with, like, the chess, like, getting to the chess area. But when it came to saving Harvey on the stairs, I don't think he
would have just grunted and punched him.
Yeah, he would have
just... That's what
he
does.
I don't know, because if Harvey's, like, literally hanging in the balance, I think he would have held up.
The way that he shook every time that Nigma cut one of the ropes was like, you could literally just lean backwards right now and fall backwards and not fall forwards.
It seemed like the legs of the chair were set up that the two back legs were on the back end of the railing, and everything else was over, like the majority of it. So yeah. If you literally just leaned back... I think you would have flipped over the railing in your favor, Harvey. So
he was probably half drunk. I mean, to be honest, it's Harvey.
Drugged up. Who knows?
That's true.
Well, he did just get chloroform too. That tends to give you a little bit of a lingering feeling that you're not on balance in the first place. So to be balanced on a chair on a beam, that adds to it.
Yeah.
Somehow it's like, I don't think I'm okay.
I liked Riddler's non-verbal riddles, like the whole like the one leading to the chess place in the first place, with the pawn on queen,
the map.
The map.
Yeah.
I like that one. I liked the other one. I mean, this one was a verbal one, but the pawn on queen in the belly of the beast.
In the belly of the beast, yeah, that was cool.
I really liked that one because it was the pawn shop on queen. The guy who owned it, Therio, which is Greek for beast, and then literally was killed and had the badge sewn into his stomach and all that, and I don't know. I thought that was fantastic.
I forgot Lee still was there.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, oh,
I saw her and I was just like, oh.
Dead husband.
I was like, oh, I thought you were gone. Damn it.
See, that part I thought Gordon would have never have gotten because I doubt he really knows Greek. You know?
Yeah, that I agree.
He would have had to ask Lucius for that one.
But
I was really happy to see Lucius this episode.
Well, that was
and
my
have
thing.
A big part.
Like, Jim's already kind of done the puzzle gauntlet thing before with Riddler. He's also done it with the Mad Hatter. Like, he's done this sort of thing before. So it was cool to give Lucius, A, more characterization, and B, a chance to, like, you know, show his stuff a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I just feel like if we had Gordon would have pieced a little more together at the reveal of the Riddler and then realized that it was actually Enigma that was involved in the train station bombings before, and that would have added a little more depth to it. But don't get me wrong, by any means, I'm so happy that Lucius got more screen time. So
yeah,
I have to say he's like my favorite supporting character.
Yeah, but like I said, I feel like Lucius and Gordon were kind of interchangeable in the role. It could have worked for either of them. The reason it worked so well for Lucius was the nickname, you know, Foxy, that Enigma had given him, and that was kind of like the big clue. And I was surprised that Enigma revealed himself basically to the entirety of Gotham. This episode, like, you know, he walked into the precinct, gassed everybody, you know, and we find out that it wasn't like a real gas. It was just a regular knockout gas. It wasn't anything lethal, and, you know, that was all made up because he didn't want people dead. He just wanted to announce himself to the world, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
To the city, at least. But he wanted Lucius basically to play his game, and then, you know, gave him the 3 riddles, the same one the same 3 he's given to every single person that he's killed thus far. With, you know, the answer to the first one being loneliness, which he didn't get. The answer to the second one was an individual, or, you know, as Lucius guessed, which was snowflake. I was like,
he's not wrong.
That works.
I don't think love was wrong either. I'm like,
no, it wasn't.
Right. You're just being all negative.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the riddle off the top of my head, but I think the way it was worded, that love doesn't fit in that one.
Maybe.
It may have, but I think there was like one word in it that it made it seem like it was love, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
But
whatever. It's his riddle. He can decide whatever he wants.
That's exactly what he said. No, we're going by my answers.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter.
Yep. And then the final one was reflection, and Lucius did get that one. So saved Harvey, except it didn't.
Whoops.
Yeah, you know.
Did he say whoops or did he say oopsie?
I don't remember.
I feel like he would have said oopsie.
I don't think he said anything.
Remember?
Okay, no, he said something and then he walked off. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, no. It's just like the rope was breaking, but, you know, luckily Lucius saved him, so it seemed like he was going to save Harvey no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, it was just more of the entire precinct that was gas that he was worried about, but turned out to be just regular old knockout gas.
What was it? Grape juice, he said, was in the vial around Harvey's neck?
Yeah, something like that.
Grape juice, really? It looks green, not purple.
Could have been the vial that it was in. Gave it a different tint.
True.
Yeah.
So then that's when Riddler jumps and hides in Lucius's car. Basically reveals, you know, everything to him. That's when he reveals his name as the Riddler, which is much better than the Chess Killer. You know.
I mean,
good on you, newspaper. You're so creative.
Yeah.
They need Cisco to
most
name
things
people.
are better. I mean,
true.
and you know, Lucius, come on, man. I check my backseat before I get in my car. That's just you work in a precinct. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, he lives in Gotham City.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Which is like New York in the 80s. So, like, what are you doing, man?
Well, funny enough, because I actually looked into this recently. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but in the DC universe, Gotham City and New York City are two separate places.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Gotham City is actually located in New Jersey.
Yep.
So, I thought that was really, really interesting.
That kind of explains a little bit more for me.
Does it?
Every time I drive through like Newark or something to get to like say the airport, I'm just like, it seems darker to me.
Depends on where you are.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's because I forget, there was an episode of, I think it was The Flash or something, where they had mentioned New York City, and I was like, I thought that was Gotham. And then, because I'm not as versed with the DC universe as I am, you know, the Marvel universe, for example, but I think I like the DC universe way more than I like the Marvel universe. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing like Metropolis. It's kind of it's on the West Coast. It's not. It's supposed to be like San Francisco or whatever, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's just its own city over there.
No, actually, I thought Metropolis was this end.
Is it? Oh, maybe it is. I don't know.
I thought Metropolis was this end. It's Starling City that is on the West Coast. I could have sworn.
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah. Whatever.
Isn't Metropolis like the equivalent to Atlanta?
To Google.
I thought it was like the equivalent to Chicago or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe it is Chicago. That makes more sense to me.
Well, I thought it was like Chicago and New York like combined or something weird like that. I don't remember.
It's not like Marvel where cities are cities and it's like based off Earth, not fictional Earth.
I know John's doing his research right now.
I'm looking now.
It's a question that needs to be solved. Star City
It's
is
in the
West Coast.
northeastern United States, within close proximity to Gotham. Yeah, they are close to each other because Gotham's. They say right here, Gotham's in Jersey.
Yep.
And then let's see. Apparently, they're within driving distance of each other. Like it's sort of in Delaware.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. There you go.
Wendell Marshall in the chat says Star City is West Coast and Metropolis is a Boston-Chicago mix. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But yeah. And then the Riddler ends up going to the pier after seeing Lucius, and he dumps all his pills into the water to get rid of the Penguin for good. Except the Penguin's not gone for good.
I knew he wasn't gone for good.
Well,
You're not going to get rid of Penguin like that. Come on now.
This is the second time someone's got shot and thrown into the harbor and just strolled back up.
Yeah.
Well,
Third
to be
time.
fair,
Wait a minute.
Third?
yeah, the first time Gordon shot him.
Didn't shoot him.
He didn't shoot him, but he shot the gun and pushed Penguin or whatever.
But then Fish got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In front of the harbor.
Yeah.
No, but Penguin was shot by somebody in like the first season, wasn't he?
That's what I just said.
That was the Gordon thing.
That was Gordon.
Oh, okay.
He didn't shoot him.
No, I
but
thought
he
there
shot
was
the
one
gun.
that he actually got shot, and then he like washed up and he it was living in a trailer or something like that. I thought the mob did him in.
That was the Gordon thing.
Okay. Maybe
because but I mean Gordon assumed he was going to be gone because it was like freezing cold out. I think was the deal.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember.
Yeah, but anyway,
I remember a separate incident, but for some reason, yeah, exactly. And not only is Penguin alive, but apparently he's with Ivy Pepper.
I saw her and I was like, oh my god, she got him. She fixed him up, and that's exactly what happened. And I'm actually like, that's kind of cool. I want to see the team up because I want to see her just be super super duper badass.
Yeah. I mean, like the first half of this season was Rise of the Villains, and the second half is something about Rise of the Heroes. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a problem when we have an episode called How the Riddler Got His Name, and now we have Rise of the Heroes, but it seems like the villains are still very strong, and like we're still dealing with the aftermath of Jerome and everything, in this episode, and it was crazy.
The court now is really playing their pieces.
Yeah, well, it's not only that we have Bruce having like the trouble with the breakup with Selena, mm-hmm. all that, and he's kind of unfocused because of the breakup, and like we get a letter where apparently she's still trying to get a hold of him, and he goes to see her, except she claims that she didn't know anything about a note, and to get him to leave, and he gets beat up in the street by some young thugs. I guess is the best way to put them.
Hooligans.
The hooligans.
Yeah, hooligans.
There you go.
But yeah.
Which I just the satisfaction of watching Bruce kick their ass was just amazing.
Yeah, he's becoming more Batman-y.
Yep.
He is. And that's when we find out the real person who wrote the letter was actually not Bruce.
Yeah.
So.
Not Bruce.
Not Bruce is back. Not Bruce has replaced Bruce to become Bruce, even though he's still not Bruce.
But Alfred is already on to not Bruce, because not Bruce said that the shepherd's pie was going to be delicious, when earlier in the episode Bruce was like, I don't want no more shepherd's pie. Ugh.
Yeah.
And I think, don't Alfred and Selena both know about not Bruce being a thing? So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this isn't going to last very long.
No.
For the poor guy. I really hope Alfred just strangles him for a while.
Yeah.
And then throws him in a box.
I mean, we did see not Bruce rehearsing like the whole alibi of the parents' death that he witnessed. Mm-hmm. And details that probably Bruce didn't include. Like, I heard a cat crying in the alley, and like really going into detail.
That was like he wrote the actual scene himself. Like, he knew it was going to happen, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was just way too scripted.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, they always say the way to catch a liar is to have him tell the story in reverse, because a liar tells the story so many times in his head that he can only do it forward. He cannot plan to tell the story out of sequence.
Yep.
So, I think that's probably how they're going to end up catching Bruce, is, he's going to, like, fumble and hesitate when stuff is being, done to him out of order, and little things like Nikki mentioned, Alfred, catching on about the pie. And I don't think that was instantly like, oh, this is not Bruce. It was just
something's up.
Yeah. Yeah. Something's up. But real Bruce is actually in captivity, I guess is a good term for that, of the Court of Owls. And
now,
he's sitting in a cell on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Was it the Val Kilmer Batman where he trained with monks? Or which one was that?
That was the first, what's his name? Christian Bale one.
That was Christian Bale.
Okay. So am I to assume that he's like in the Himalayas somewhere, with the monks?
Could be.
That's what it's looking like, based on the preview.
Based even on his outfit, when you see him get up and walk to the bars, it's very, I don't know, trainee-ish.
Yeah. What is that place in the DC universe? Lian Is that somewhere in the mountains? I think Chrissy would know more than anybody about that.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be like the monk ninja people that the Foot Clan that he trains with. Yeah. I mean, I think that's really cool that they just were like, "Hey, goodbye," you're up in the mountains, kid.
Yeah, I know some things. I remember some things.
That's what I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long he's going to be there because, like, in the other stories, like, he was gone for, like, I mean, I think he was gone from, like, the age of 18 to, like, 26 or something like that. Like, a long time. Mm-hmm. And everyone thought he was dead. Which, I mean, I don't know if they're going to do in the show. Like, I'd be really fine with him, like, just being gone for a while.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how, because we just started not too long ago another series called Riverdale. It's based on the Archie comics. And, you know, this is Gotham based on the city and what's happening in the city, not Batman. So, yeah, Bruce can scurry off and get some training if that's what's happening or whatever, be in captivity for a while. I don't see a problem with that.
I mean, the actor needs to get jacked if he's ever going to be Batman, so it's like, well,
that's true.
There's a gun to your head, buddy. So
yeah. Wendell Marshall in chat says that it could be Nana Parbat, a mystical place in the Himalayas. A lot of secret people set up shop near it to be concealed, and one of the notable ones was Ra's al Ghul. So,
yeah, that's where, because his clan is the clan that, like, at least in the first Christian Bale movie, that's like the clan who trains him.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, we've had Ra's al Ghul in Gotham already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I thought it was very, very brief, or it was a mention. I thought
they were talking about the pit, right?
No, that's on Arrow. That's on Arrow. I thought this was mentioned during the Dollmaker time. I thought Ra's al Ghul was just mentioned at least.
Yeah, maybe.
I could have sworn we've had a reference to him on the show.
It feels like so far away, like a long ago. It's only been 3 seasons, guys, but it feels like a long time ago.
Oh man. I don't know if he was ever in the show or he's actually like. Well, I'm seeing a lot of articles that he's on the way.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen him, but I think we've at least heard of him.
We may have heard a name drop.
Yeah,
but
I could have sworn it was during the Dollmaker.
It would have been during season
probably.
1.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. Yeah. Probably might be like the monk guy who's. We kind of see him in the preview for the next episode. Mm-hmm. Like force palming Bruce away, so maybe he's that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. So that should be really interesting. And then, you know, taking another turn with the court, we get Jim and Uncle Frank doing some deer hunting.
Good old Uncle Frank.
Sorry, the moment I saw Frank, I was like, that's Harry Morgan from Dexter.
How about that's Raiden from Mortal Kombat 2?
Yeah. We went through a movie list and TV show list, and he's all over the place, but like everything. He's been in a lot of stuff.
By the way, Mortal Kombat 2, one of the best movies ever made. He just go watch it.
No, it's like the worst movie ever made, John.
He's in, I think, X-Men First Class or something too. Like,
probably.
He's in a bunch of stuff, but like, that's the thing that I'm most currently connecting him to, because I'm rewatching Dexter on Netflix.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there and there's a scene where, you know, Jim is hunting the deer, and I know that it's him and his Uncle Frank, and I'm like, oh, there goes Harry again, you know, trying to train another freaking serial killer, because that's how Dexter started out, hunting animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But we see him there. He's talking to Jim. He mentions the Court of Owls by name. He name drops it. You know, he explains the whole backstory about how they were a secret society. They were devoted to creating balance in Gotham. Over time, they were corrupted. And he admits to being a member. He tells Jim that his father was a member. And that the court wants Jim to be a member. And really kind of piques his interest. You know, like, Jim wants to, doesn't want to. You know, Jim's like a two-faced coin toss away, you know, from joining the Court of Owls.
Well, it's because the way that Frank explained it to him. He goes, me and your father are part of it, but this was bad about it. But this was good about it. Mm-hmm. So he's giving him both sides of what's happening, and of course he's going to be confused because the bad and the good don't seem they're kind of equal right now. There's no way one is higher than the other on the scale, and he can't choose. He can't make a choice.
Yeah. Well, with 7 episodes left this season. 17 would really, oh my god. But yeah. No,
I'm sure that's what the actors would have been doing too.
Yeah. No, with 7 episodes left, I see him joining that. I see Jim being the one finding Bruce, or at least finding knowledge of Bruce being locked up. And then, mounts a rescue mission for him, whatever. Like, Jim's gonna be integral to freeing Bruce.
Well, I mean, it's not like Frank has, unleashed the information that the court was behind Bruce's parents' death, and he's promised Bruce that he's going to find who the killers were.
Yep.
So he doesn't know about that yet. If he knew about that, he'd be like, oh, hell no, I'm blowing the court up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I don't know. It seems like we're finally getting to the court. It only took us 15 episodes?
Several.
Yeah.
Well, they were hinting to it in season 2.
No,
there were hints to it in season 2. We got a I can't say, it's been 15 episodes, whatever, because we did get a few at the start, but it wasn't significant enough. And now, now we're finding out, the payoff for the clone and, all this, because we knew about Not Bruce at the finale of season 2. So, and back then, I remember, the biggest thing I remember is John going, all I remember seeing was the Bruce clone and going, what the hell are they going to do with that? And, now it's working. Like, I feel like it's actually part of the story and it's working good, like.
Apparently, yeah. I mean, I don't know how long it's gonna, the facade's gonna really last. I give it maybe 2 episodes, but whatever. It'll be something for Alfred to do.
I give it at least 5. I think they could stretch it to 5.
Yeah, it could be. So. Well, if they do a non-Bruce episode, which they're not afraid of doing, which is fine. I mean, that's
they don't need to do a non-Bruce episode because we have Not Bruce to
we have
be
not
Bruce.
Yeah, and we could just do real Bruce in the Himalayas or wherever he is.
So it would have to be a non-Bruce, not Bruce episode.
Not Bruce. Yes.
Can't we just say the actor's name and say that he's not in the episode? Wouldn't that be easier?
Go ahead, say it.
I don't know his name.
Exactly.
It's David Mazouz or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, well, he's not in the episode at all, ever.
Yeah. And it was really funny. It's I don't remember what movie. I think I mentioned this a while ago before the show went on break. I actually watched a movie. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it was a movie with him in it and the guy who plays Harrison Wells in The Flash played his father in this movie, and it was about a movie with game makers. Maybe it was called Game Makers. Or The Game Maker, or something like that. And seeing him act even younger was just like, wow. Like he wasn't too much younger, but he was still significantly younger. But just seeing the two of them pair up was absolutely fantastic. But yeah. You guys have anything else for this episode?
No, not for this episode, but I do want to mention during the break a while back, I didn't realize they made a movie out of Batman Year One, but the only reason I'm bringing it up is because Ben McKenzie, who plays Gordon, is the voice of Bruce Wayne and Batman in the movie, which is really funny because it's like, oh, you're both now. And actually, Bryan Cranston plays James Gordon in that movie.
Oh, that's even better.
Okay.
Really good. Really good. It's a really good adaptation of Year One. If you didn't want to read the comic, you just want to watch a movie of it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I
think I started it. It's on Netflix, right?
I believe it is. We watched it on HBO, I think, but it's not on there anymore. But it should be on. I'm sure it's on Netflix. But if you guys want to this was the origin story that everyone loves. Like the first Batman origin story, everyone was like, "Holy crap, this is amazing!" And mostly I like it because of Jim, because he's such a badass in that. That's where you get badass Jim Gordon. So if you really want to see where that came from, and probably where they got a lot of inspiration for like the show's depiction of that Jim Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth checking out.
Okay.
So, just wanted to throw that out there.
Cool. Next episode is called These Delicate and Dark Obsessions. The Court of Owls devises a new plan regarding the future of Gotham, as Gordon uncovers information about his father and uncle's past, connecting him back to the organization. Meanwhile, Bruce wakes up in the temple and learns of the shaman's wish for him. So, I don't know who the shaman is, but...
Ra's al Ghul, probably.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Which really kind of, sucks that they're not going to get the same Ra's al Ghul from CW, the actor who played Ra's al Ghul over there on.
I think this is the guy who played the old leader of the Sand Vipers in Game of Thrones. So.
Both me and Dom are like.
You guys don't watch that show. It's okay. He's cool.
Okay, we'll take your word for
Nikki,
it.
I know you like you're like, oh yeah, if it's not the same one from the the CW, but like I'm able to accept it in the DC universe.
So
like I get mad when like Marvel, not that Marvel's done it. Well, no, they have done it. The one person in particular I know is one of Thor's buddies. Started off as the actor who plays Josh Dallas. That's the name of the actor. Who plays Prince Charming on Once Upon a Time. He started off in Thor, and then his character was recast for the second Thor movie because he was too involved in the TV show to be able to continue working on the movie, or to reprise the role in the movie, I should say. And I get mad when they have to do cast changes like that. I understand things come up. I get that, but I don't like cast changes to begin with. But when a show or a movie or something like that can explain, and I gotta give Once Upon a Time credit again because they've done this for recasting actors. They've actually gone back and explained how the cast change actually makes sense in the story. But when you're not able to do that, it aggravates me. And for the DC universe, it's just like knowing that the multiverse is out there. It makes Christian Bale's Batman and Val Kilmer's Batman and Adam West's Batman and like everything is actually completely canon. It's just
could be.
It's all in a different universe.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that. And I was getting to that, but like for me, it would have been like a little bit of extra icing on the cake, just to be like, this just seems nice. Yeah. But I understand they're different networks, and there's the different universes and going. So I know that it's not entirely possible for them to do this, but for me it would have been a little bit of an icing on top of the cake, and I would have been like, yum yum yum.
Yeah. Yep. But I could already tell you right now that if Gotham was a CW show, can almost guarantee you that instead of the actor that we have to play Alfred right now, they probably would have tried to get Adam West.
Probably.
That's just the way the CW works, is they try to go and take like the old school characters and because you see that in like the CW shows, you have like the original actor who played in the 1990s Flash, they have him come back to play Barry's father, and then you see the same thing in Supergirl, the guy who played Superman is Kara's father, and like they do this constantly. So I guarantee you they would have tried to get Adam West in some kind of reoccurring role.
I would have wanted him just to hear him do a British accent. Wonderful.
It would have been fantastic.
I really like this Alfred, though. So
no, I do too. That's why I'm very happy with the show. I know some people don't like it at all, whatever, but I absolutely love this show.
I'm just glad we're gonna just get a straight shot to the end now, because this whole like break then 2 episodes then break thing just drove me nuts.
Yeah,
so
they're doing that on a bunch of other shows too, and it's driving me crazy. It's like
it's not the show's fault, obviously.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
this one had
stuff.
I don't remember exactly. Was it 2 episodes? No, I think it was like 4 or 5, something like that. And then we had. Because didn't we take a break before 10, and then like we had 11, 12, 13, 14, so I think we had 4. It
stopped mid-December, I remember.
Yeah.
Which most shows do. Came back like for 2 or 3 episodes after the Super Bowl, or before the Super Bowl, and then was gone until now or something like that. I don't remember. It was like a really weird, just very awkward. But I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of screwed them over a little bit with their viewership. I would imagine.
Yeah, so we had episodes. This season started in September 19th, and it went to November 28th. We went to episode 11. We came back with 3 episodes from January 16th to January 30th, and then we took another break. So everything up to this point has been Rise of the Villains. Oh no, it was Mad City. That's what this was. So this is Mad City, and then now last season was Rise of the Villains. Yeah. And now this back half of the season here, episode 15 to 22, is called Heroes Rise. So
there we go.
Yep.
So, can we assume that it's not just going to be... It's going to be actually people that have powers or, special abilities? Or are we just going to see people like Lucius having bigger roles?
Typically in the Batman universe, we don't get a lot of the super power villains, that have, all these crazy things. We have Mr. Freeze, but it's a freeze gun, and... It's usually all explained through tech. I think... Yeah,
or genetic engineering a lot of the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, because even Poison Ivy, who's got, lips that have poison, it's genetics. It's something that was done with some kind of genetic alteration. Same thing with Bane, a Man-Bat, all stuff that was done through, scientifical, genetic mutation, alteration, something like that. It's typically
those all
not
sound like
somebody
villains to me, though.
Oh, they are.
They are.
Yeah, I'm asking, it says Heroes Rise, and the only heroes I really see are, the GPD right now. And are we going to see others come in to help?
Probably not. It's probably going to be Lucius, Harvey, and Gordon, I guess. I mean, really, we could be seeing the start of Batman.
We could be. We could be seeing some more of the Flying Graysons.
That would be wonderful.
Because we got a little peek at them before.
Didn't have a kid yet, damn it. Make a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And really, even Selena,
That's true.
Selena,
Catwoman,
she's like a villain / hero. She's not really either one.
She plays the lines.
She's neutral. She doesn't. She works with whatever is gonna work best for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's we've already had Azrael, and that he kind of goes both ways with that too. But that's a character that is supposed to be a mental state identity, more than an individual. So
it's not a person; it's a title almost.
Yeah, so it's somebody that could come back in some way and be more of a hero later on down the road. I don't know. There's plenty of other heroes and stuff that they could technically bring in. They technically could even do Superman at some point if they wanted to. Because I think. Maybe in a couple years from now, maybe 2 years from now or something, is probably around the time that Clark drops in, because him and Bruce are about, the same age.
Pretty much.
So when Clark drops in as a kid, I think it's probably right around now, maybe if not a couple years from now. So they could do that. They could introduce a young Mr. Kent.
So, who knows?
That'd be interesting.
Probably not this season anyway. But that about does it. Nikki, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYVENOM24.
John, where can the people find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter, and you're gonna be shocked. I bought Arkham Knight today.
Ooh.
Because it was $8 on Steam.
Wow.
So maybe I'll be tweeting about that.
Wow.
Angrily or?
It depends on how it runs.
Okay.
John, it was $8 for a reason.
It was $8.
No, I played it on the PS4 and it was absolutely fantastic. I love that game. So really can't say. I just know it had a lot of issues on the PC, and I know John was one of the victims of that, so that's why it's so funny. But you can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM, and you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, Space, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next time.
I'm waving, even though they can't see me.
And the screen's not up, so nobody can see you waving.
We're waving in spirit, guys. You can just imagine our very nice.
Goodbye, Static. I love you.
Yep.
Now that I put it on, no more waving. You guys are insufferable.